Hi, I'm Jennifer Lorne. This is the first video of my channel, and it is where I will be reading my published and soon-to-be published short stories before I create my anthology, and I want to document it and share it with you guys before it gets to print, because it is going to one day. I just need to get the courage to get it together, and I thought maybe this would help. I don't have a big writing circle or anything like that, and I don't know, the thought of just going to a Barnes and Noble and just sitting down and yeah, reading stories over lemonades or a burnt coffee or like at a Panera or something. That's all it's around here and I just couldn't do it. So I said to myself, why not sit in front of strangers, do it instead, but at least I'm in a controlled environment. I could run away and cry in that corner if I want to, and I'm damn proud of it. Have you ever had a thought that just kept connecting to other thoughts? Your word just kind of picks up on one and piggybacks off of another one in your brain, and I wrote about that. Again, I'm Jennifer Lorne, and this is Maladaptive. Scowling with a lit cigarette hanging loosely from my lips makes me feel like Beth Dutton. We have the same sundress, she and I, but I like to stay seated in mine. And if a fight comes my way, I am lying on my back and kicking. What good is a fighter long retired but a gnawed-up street cat wanting nothing more than to lie belly up in the sun, unabashed and unbothered? I've been told by lovers I'm bad luck, and I'm starting to believe it, so I wait for a man to call who won't, for he knows not of my name or number. Have you seen him? He has the nose of a beautiful bird and eyes like blue marbles that have yet to be scuffed and knocked together. His lips purse upon plotting, and I wonder how well his method of thought would work between my legs. One day he will read what I write. One day you all will. It's wrong to pine, isn't it? The reek of desperation idling between each letter of the word reminds me to scrub the filth of longing from under my fingernails, like a dog left out in the heat by its master, haplessly clawing at the door, lapping up paint chips. I too whimper when I cry. Perhaps I'll hope instead. There's a dividing line between to hope and to pine. I just haven't found it yet. When that line is crossed, does it bleed? If so, does its blood run red? Red like hatred, red like passion? I ask for the passion scrawled across my body, but for now I'll be sure to grab a sweater. I stomp as I walk, yearning to be heard with nothing to say. I am but a nuisance to the ne'er-do-well, loud enough for the neighbors to question, quiet enough to sneak past the debt collectors, and when they call for me, tell them I've been dead for years and this is just my ghost haunting the bones I left behind. How dare I transcend time and space when rent is due? Insert shame here. I'm beginning to feel we were never built to last. We were never given the option. Even the 3,000-year-old cypress tree falls to the whir of a single chainsaw, cut down and reduced to fine rod grips and sold to a couple retirees fishing for tarpon in the Florida Keys. I wonder what will become of me. I'm a collector of reflections like baubles stacked upon the twisted fingers of an old hag. Look, I just found a gray hair. Let's pretend it is nothing more than tinsel, an adornment fit for a Christmas tree that no longer brings festivity. I wish belief was more than hypothesis. I got taken to church recently, but I couldn't find God amidst the strobe lights and fits of percussion. I haven't known worship to be a party. Fire and brimstone fare better with me. I'm a glutton for fear if it's kept at arm's length, and for that I can thank my Jewish mother from Canarsie. I miss parties. Parties held at frat houses, disheveled and bursting, with imperial columns out front, demolished by streamers and vomit. I want to sidestep blissfully upon floors with an impermeable stick and a red cup in hand as its condensation drips to the hem of a skirt hiked too high to be fashionable. I need fresh air, and the fresh air needs my cigarette. My window is a banshee, violently screeching into the night when pried wide open. Tonight's stars have sure lost their luster. City lights won't let you see the stars for what they really are. It's for the best. If they did, maybe we'd no longer find ourselves beautiful. The window facing mine emits a blaring gleam of lurid ember. It belongs to yet another neighbor I don't care to know. For it is I, the gnawed-up street cat, known to mistake play for aggression. It's best the mice stay within their walls. Back and forth against that lurid amber shine, my eye catches a shadow glide. It darts left to right with malicious suspicion, like the rustle of tall grass as a serpent slithers. I can't look away. It's telling me not to. From the windowsill there is growth. A pale and patchy head slowly rises to reveal the body of a skulking, sagging, stark naked old woman. What's left of her hair is chestnut like mine. The old woman's eyebrows are drawn thick and knit with the acuity of a mad drunkard. Their uneven shakiness spikes downward, leading to the crooked slope of her bulbous nose. Her spine grows round, her shoulders slump. The cellulite shifts within the folds and bulges of her skin like maggots moving through a sack of rotting, mealy fruit. Like spoiled grapes affixed to their vine, her shriveled breasts hang heavily upon her concave chest. Her worn, dark nipples kiss the cusp of her protruding, swollen belly. Her pubic hair, sparse yet wild, a bed of thorns protecting the remnants of a rose now wilted, rotten, and wrinkled dry. The old woman's widened, strained eyes find the fear in mine. In her eyes I see a straggler, a pissant, an era of naivety coming to a close. In her eyes I am hacked to pieces. In her eyes the bits of me are thrown into a fire lit to cook her suppers. In her eyes she wears my teeth like pearls. In her eyes I see death. In her eyes I am death. If she had a dog, she'd feed it my head. If she had a soul, she'd look away. But she does not, so neither do I. I yearned for the girl I saw staring in the mirror yesterday. She never knew of these eyes and their horrors. Only the gentle strokes of her hairbrush and the recitation of prose scribbled on the backs of stray envelopes. Ugh, strike a match and put it to my skin. My blood's gone cold, and I'll need some of that fire to get her to stop that smiling. Her gray lips curl like dry willow branches. The teeth behind them are as chipped and broken as they are browned and greened and yellowed like pond water scum. She shows them to me with hideous profundity, as if baiting me to guess how she ended up in such a state. Go on, guess. The story's a doozy. But I don't want to hear it. I don't have the time. I need to get back to daydreams of blue-eyed boys who won't call, and the words I just strung together in my head need to be put to paper, and she's killing it all. She's killing me. So I call out to the death I found in her eyes. It comes fast and parched. It must have been listening. It's always listening. The old woman's eyes roll upward and cross. Her jaw goes slack. Black soot drips from her bulbous nose. From the inside she rots. A fat black blowfly shoots from one ear, followed by another. Out from the other ear, more eagerly join. Can you hear them? They swarm, they scatter, they take bits of her as they go. As they take her from amber window to midnight sky, she smiles with righteous derision. A smile that says, well, what can you do? And she smiles at me as if I, too, am in on this joke, but I don't find it funny. Not one bit. The words from my head that lingered as long as they could escape me, like the blowflies. And for the life of me, I can't remember any of it. Not one word, not one bit. This was my very first video, and this was my first published short story for Ergo, summer 2023. I'm Jennifer Lorne. Thanks for watching, and I hope you watch again.